All right, well done. So while the next team comes up and makes sure they're ready to go, this whole process, here we are at the end of a year long. For those who don't know, the class is actually 2 classes, and depending on which school you're in and what level of study you're in, you register for a different one. But it runs over the fall and the spring semester. So they've been working for 9 months on these projects, but really it even starts before that. It starts with a pitch process. So you might wonder how something like Social Clues, which does not sort of fall into the category of a lot of big games, but has this social goal, comes through. And that came through by selection by industry partners and judges, by faculty and former students who said, yeah, this is a game that we want to see made in advanced games. So thank you for those who were judges. And this part of the process, we think, is another element of where the students are learning industry skills, where they have to actually present their ideas in written form, then they have to verbally present them and defend them, and then only then are they selected, they build their teams, and off they go and end up someday in May, just like today. So without further ado, let's go to a different type of game, a multiplayer game, and this is Fat Loot.
Hi everyone, thanks for coming. Hope you like our trailer. This is Fat Loot, and I'm the team lead Chen. Fat Loot is a multiplayer stealth game where you can grab your friends and have a fun stealing race. We borrow the concept of hiding, planning, and escaping from the stealth genre and add them into the fast-paced party game mix. You and your friends are all thief masters trying to loot the ultimate heist, which is heavily guarded in a palace. You need to do everything you can to stop them and to maximize your gain. This is how you treat your friends, right? So let's jump into this game and see how this works. First, we will start a friendly match with our team members sitting there, who will not be as friendly soon. And Kat, our lead producer, will introduce the basic mechanics to you. Welcome, Kat.
Hi everybody, I'm Kat, the lead producer of Fat Loot, and Jason over there, one of our animators, is going to be manning the computer. We're just going to walk through for you the basics of Fat Loot. So he's going to join the game. So Jason is now Tiger, one of our characters. First off, I want you to turn your attention towards the lower right-hand corner of the screen. Basically, that's our mini-map. Jason, let's pull it up. So where he is currently as the silver player, is where Jason currently, where he wants to be is at the center of the map, where that gold treasure icon was. He wants to steal the Fat Loot. So let's go do that. But before we begin, there's actually a few people I want to introduce you to. They're called guards, and they're patrolling around the palace. And anytime you see that icon pop up, it means the guard has seen you and he will catch you. And once he's done that, you'll throw a smoke bomb and be sent back to your base. So you don't want that to happen. For the purposes of this demonstration, we're going to turn off the guards, make it a little bit easier for Jason to go through and steal the loot. Alrighty, so the guards are now blinded and they will no longer see players. Jason's going to wander through. As you can see there, the mini-map follows where Jason is going. That T set over there is basically where you can pick up power-ups. Those fun interactions we will introduce later in our presentation. This is the loot. Jason's going to pick it up. And if you see in the top left-hand corner of the screen, underneath the white player's icon, which Jason is, that's where the treasure is dangling. And that basically indicates to all of the players that Jason now has the treasure. So Jason's going to head back. With the guards turned off and no sight of other players, I think he has a pretty safe way to just get back to the base and score. Uh-oh. It looks like 3 other players have already anticipated what Jason's going to do, and they're waiting there, camping at his base to make sure that he doesn't score. But first, I'd like to introduce you to these different characters. First off, we have Lady Qian. Lady Qian you might actually be familiar with if you came to the last demo day. Lady Qian has 2 abilities. One is to belly bump. And when she belly bumps a player, they'll be stunned momentarily. She can pick up the treasure and then sprint and make a quick getaway. Next up, we have Shorty. He's a short guard. He's basically a guard gone bad. He got a little bit tired of the short jokes. And Shorty has 2 abilities. One is to throw a firecracker. And when he does so, the sound of it will attract guards. And if he hits a player with it, like he just did, they will be stunned and drop the treasure. Shorty can then pick it up and then charge up and make a quick getaway. Next up, we have Ginseng Baby. Ginseng Baby is a nature sprite with a penchant for treasure. We're not really sure why. Ginseng Baby has 2 abilities. One is to burrow, and he will then be invisible to guards. However, players can see him by the side of the goji berries that stay above ground. While buried, Ginseng Baby can then charge up a powerful burst attack, and he can stun players, and then pick up the treasure, burrow, and make a quick getaway. Last but not least, this is Tiger. Tiger is definitely a tiger, not a rabbit. And as true to his tiger nature, he can roar, and he will leave his enemies quaking in fear, so they'll drop the treasure. He can pick it up, and then like a fleet-footed rabbit, make a quick dash away, and score, just like Jason did. So that's the basics of Fat Loot. Let's see it in action in a live match. So let's quit the game and join a new one. For this match, I'd like to introduce Pat, our lead designer. He's going to be co-commentating the next 2 live matches with me.
Yeah, that's right. So for the next couple of matches, you're going to see the 2 levels that we developed this semester, and you're going to be seeing the perspective of 2 of the new characters.
But just before we begin the match, I'd like to introduce some of our team members who are going to be playing. We have, again, Jason on Tiger. Shu is going to be playing Ginseng Baby. We're going to have Ravi on Lady Qian. And we're going to have someone from the Cole team playing Shorty.
All right, so it seems like everybody's in the game. So, gentlemen, let's get looting.
Alrighty, Pat. You want to just talk a little bit about this basement level?
Yeah, so this is the Empress's basement. It's a underground vault where she keeps her treasure. The first thing you'll notice about the level is the large statues that are venting mist into the level. This mist provides players somewhere to hide and regain their energy or plan an ambush. But, however, if another player goes into the mist while someone's hiding in there, they will be able to see them. And it looks like we've got an early score here from Rabbit. That's going to give him a nice lead.
Actually scoring quickly is probably one of the biggest advantages, that you would want to give yourself. This is a relatively short match. It's actually a little bit shorter than most of the matches we're used to. We've trimmed it down just to kind of up the ante, make it a little bit harder for everyone.
So what we see here is the curse power-up. The curse power-up will invert the controls of all of the other players when you use it. It's a fun little trick that you can use to that people can respond to and understand what's happening to them. But for a couple of seconds, when it happens and when it wears off, they're going to be disoriented, and you can use that to steal the treasure or make them walk into a guard.
Oh yeah, actually I find the curse power-up to be one of the most effective things to use when someone's about to pick up the treasure, or when they're about to go back to their base. It's a really good thing to use because they're about to score, and then they think they're going to score, and they end up turning around and running face first into a guard.
And there we see Tiger attempting to chase Lady Chen and the Ginseng Baby, dashing straight into a guard and getting sent back to his base. He's probably going to have to do better than that if he wants to maintain his lead there.
Yeah, I think with a game like Fat Loot, where you have 3 other people to worry about, it's kind of easy to forget the guards, and then all of a sudden they just sneak up on you and you get caught. So far it looks like we have Lady Chen and Shorty on the scoreboard, as well as Tiger. Tiger's holding onto the treasure. It's probably to his advantage to do that, as he has the lead. He can basically just play keep away.
Yeah, so here we... Oh, but it seems like Lady Chen has found him. She's going to bump him.
I think he was trying to hide in the mist, try to keep away from the other players, hope that, he can play keep away for forever.
But the problem is you can't keep it away from everyone for the entire game. And as we head into the last minute and 30 seconds of the game, we're into the last couple of plays here. It looks like Shorty's picked up the treasure. I think that he's probably going to be able to return it to his base there, unless Tiger can get there first. And can he get off the roar?
Can he get it off?
No,
he misses.
the roar.
And Shorty is able to tie it up. All right, so with just a little over a minute left in the game, it's kind of coming down to Shorty and Tiger. I think if Jason wants to pull in for the win, then he's really going to have to up his game.
So, Ginseng Baby has captured the treasure. It's always good to get your name on the board. So there we see Tiger using his. Unfortunately, these thieves, they're master criminals, but if they get too tired, if they use their abilities too much, they get tired, and they will end up walking just a little bit slower.
Really not good for Tiger, who's actually the slowest character in the game. That just makes it the ultimate disadvantage for him.
Yes, that's true, but he does have that dash to make up for things.
All right, we're rounding into our last 10 seconds of the game. We have Shorty and Tiger still neck to neck. Are we gonna be able to? Nope. Looks like Lady Chen's making a valiant effort, but she can't score.
And so it looks like we have 2 winners this game, Shorty and the Tiger. But of course, in the game of Fat Loot, you win or you cry.
All right. So that's one more level. I think I'd like to just play another quick match for you, so you can see the other level that we've been working on all semester. So just a brief moment as everybody moves on to a new server, creates a new game.
So the next level that we're going to be looking at, the Duchess's Arboretum, is more open. It's an outside level. There's a lot of open sight lines so that players can see where other players are, where the treasure is more easily. But to kind of counter this, we've also increased the number of guards because as the players are able to see more of the level, they should be able to have more situational awareness of what's going on.
So Jason's decided to pick Ginseng Baby, which is actually a very good character for a level like this. Ginseng Baby's ability to burrow gives him like a great advantage on this level. There's a lot more guards than in the basement, so Ginseng Baby, all he has to do is walk straight up to a guard, dive under, pass him, jump right back out.
As we can see here. Jason also picked up a Palm power-up. This is a very useful power-up for the Ginseng Baby. His attacks are powerful because they can hit a number of enemies at once, but they're slow to come out and they take a lot of energy to use. So this Palm power-up, which is a ranged attack, can be very useful for him because he can very quickly knock the treasure out of another player's hands and take it for himself.
So as we see here, Jason once again pulled in for the early score. So hopefully he can keep that advantage and get in the win.
Yeah, let's hope Shorty's not too much of an issue for him this time. And here comes Shorty.
Being
picking
a
up
lot
the
of an
treasure.
issue for him.
Looks like Jason uses that bomb power up. And here we're going to see the burst ability.
Which he misses, unfortunately. The burst ability, Ginseng Baby is one of those characters that doesn't have any chase. I believe Pat just mentioned that. So if you see another character pick up the treasure, you want to get off that burst ability as soon as you can, because if you miss it and they go outside of your range as Ginseng Baby, then you're actually a little bit screwed.
Yeah, you're going to have a difficult time chasing them. Unless you manage to find one of the power-ups, such as the Curse, or the Super Speed power-up.
So it looks like Jason got a little bit turned around there. Symmetry of the map.
But it seems like he's managed to right himself, and he's going to pick up a second point.
Yep, definitely where that mini-map comes in handy.
Yeah. All right, so I think so here we see the Super Speed power-up. The Super Speed power-up will make a character move at a very, very high speed until they touch anything. And there we see the guard disguise.
Jason really making use of those power-ups, using them to the best of his ability, just so that he can get that extra advantage in front of all the other players, who so far are still held scoreless.
So I think Jason's strategy at this point in the game, he's probably just going to want to kind of roam around the map, make sure nobody else scores, just slap the treasure out of Shorty's hand here.
Like so.
Pick it up, and now if he can play keep away or return it to his base and get an even bigger lead.
Unfortunately, he was hit by a firecracker from Shorty. Well placed one.
Yeah, and that's the great thing about Shorty's fireworks, is because they attract the guard's attention, if you can land a direct hit on the player, you've also pretty much managed to send them back to their base. However, it is a very hard ability to use like that.
Alright.
So,
Ginseng Baby is actually using the sprint ability of the guards to chase after another player. Again, Jason using the power-ups to his advantage.
Yeah, I was going to say, the guard power-up is great for Baby because he can use that sprint to balance out his own lack of chasing ability.
So basically we see here, Jason just kind of playing around here.
He's going to want to watch his energy, though. The Ginseng Baby is very, very intensive, and without his energy, he really is helpless.
But we're rounding into the about the last 30 seconds of the game.
It looks like Shorty's gotten to the Ginseng Baby's base and is going to be
Land a firework. Well placed firework. Ginseng Baby is going to try. No, can't give chase.
Dashes past him. Shorty. Looks like Shorty's going to try and tie it up again in the last 20 seconds here.
Oh, but he's a little bit exhausted. Is he going to be able to make it?
Is he
going to be able to make it? Oh! Just missed the burst. A little bit of harassment Jason's going to give him, just to kind of make him feel sorry for scoring, tying it up. All right, last 5 seconds.
Yeah, so I think this is pretty clear. Victor.
Alright, thank you everybody for that with the Fat Loot. We'll be on down as well. I'd actually like to take a moment to thank all the advanced game instructors and the TAs, Zaida, Laird, Scott, Balky, Sherveen, and Poen. Thank you. And I'd like to bring up the entire Fat Loot team. This game was basically the blood, sweat, and tears of all these people that you're going to see. Come on up, guys.